So let me ask you guys. I know we talked about Mac Jones. We kind of briefly touched on the quote unquote quarterback controversy, if there is one. I mean, Mac Jones, when you look at his numbers last night, he was 33 or 49 for 342 yards. He had a completion percentage of 67.3. He was averaging almost 7 yards a throw, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, mind you. He had a quarterback rating of 100.89.
Pretty good.
That's a really good game for a guy that was going against a tough defense in the Rams, especially with their pass rush. And he was playing on a bum knee for the most part. He still had a great game. Now, we saw Brock last week. I don't think it's fair to compare the two of them this season because, week 1 against Seattle, in Seattle, that's a tough game. But, and then obviously his last game against the Jaguars was a complete nightmare because I don't think he was totally healthy. But right now, Mac Jones is doing everything right, not only on the field, but even in the press conference. I want to pull this up right here because I think it's really important that we share this. And this is Mac Jones talking to the media about his role with the Niners because they asked him, hey, is this your role or is this Brock's?
Before the game, there was a report that Brock could be out a few more games. Do you feel like the starting job, you're the starter now, and that's just the way you have to view it?
I think, they brought me here to play as a backup, and that's my job, and Brock's the starter of this team, and right now he's dealing with something, and for him to go out there last week and play when he probably wasn't at full health, like he cares about this team, so I'm just trying to get some wins for him so it helps us down the line, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like, I've been in his position, I've been a starter, and you want your backup to go in there and win because at the end of the season, that could be the hit or miss between a playoff or not, so.
And that's huge to hear him say that because
Nice.
when you look over at the Cleveland Browns with Shador Sanders doing the no speech.
What a moron. What an idiot.
And he's their third string quarterback.
What a clown.
Like, would Shador ever say anything
Why
like
are
this?
they even interviewing him? He's a third string quarterback.
He's Dion's kid. That's it.
So
But
what?
but still, off of Shador, I just think that Mac Jones is, he jokes around a lot. He's kind of silly, but I think maturity level in terms of his professionalism as a quarterback, I think it's stellar. I think this guy is making a case for other teams to want to pursue him in the off field because they're going to look at his numbers and his performance and say, hey, I want this guy to be my starter. And so let me ask you guys this. As long as he's healthy enough to play, should Mac Jones continue to start, even if and when Brock Purdy is 100% healthy? If he keeps playing the way he's playing, do you leave Mac Jones in the game or as a starter regardless? Aaron?
Yes, I would.
Sterling, you look bewildered.
Dude, what?
Would you leave Mac Jones as your starter? Or would you say, Mac, thank you for all your hard work. I know you're playing at a high level. Brock is our guy.
With Brock Purdy healthy, what do you do with the contract? You can't trade him.
No.
He's the guy.
I'm just talking about
money aside. We're not talking about money right now. We're talking about
I'm talking
like a straight
him.
I'm talking about the
meritocracy.
I'm talking about the meritocracy. It's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was
because
thinking.
we're not paying him, right? We're making
Larry
a choice
Krueger,
as content creators.
Krueger has made that statement before about football being a meritocracy. And he always says that it doesn't matter where you're drafted, how much you're getting paid. You got to go with the best hand and the hot hand regardless. Personally, I'm a Brock apologist. I'm a Brock Purdy fan. But man, I guess Sterling, it would just be like it's going to be tough to take him out of the lineup if he wins 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 games. I don't know how long if they decide they want to sit Brock. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be hard to take him out. Like, You can't tell me.
No, it's not. No, it's not, because you paid the guy $53 million in the offseason to be your franchise quarterback. You know how easy that is for Kyle? Now, look, there's a bigger conversation to be had about how does the team feel?
That's the point. I'm like, what are people thinking within
this
the
team cannot buy in, and they're saying, hey, Max won us, say we're 7-1 or whatever it is. We're in a really good spot. We're 5-2.
That's the crazy part.
We're 6-3. And the team's like, hey, this is working. Don't waste opportunities to win. But that is as easy as me saying, hey, Sterling, do you want to take your wife home, or a homeless person on the side of the street and say, hey, I'm taking my wife home every time. Like, I chose her to be with me forever. Shanahan chose Brock Purdy to be his quarterback for half a decade. You don't put in a guy you signed off the scrap heap off of Patriots and the Jacksonville bench and say, you're the new quarterback. That's not how that works.
I didn't say he was going to be the quarterback permanently.
Permanently, yeah.
That's the conversation.
Well, hold on, though. They signed Jimmy Garoppolo, that big deal. At the time, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league. And then at one point, they were like, hey, we're going to make a trade, and we are going to get a younger quarterback in here.
That's different. Jimmy G tore his ACL in 2018, came back, had one good year, got hurt again in 2020, and he was entering in to the final 2 years of that contract. And their hope was they can get a young guy in there that was a developmental prospect, let him sit for a year, and then cut Jimmy the next season. That was the plan the entire time. It didn't work out very well. But guess what? Mac Jones isn't 21 years old out of college. Under contract for 2 years, and Brock's getting paid a ton of money for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Now, you can debate if that was a mistake or not, but Brock Purdy is the quarterback this year and beyond.
And look, I love Brock Purdy. I'm a Brock Purdy fan and supporter, but what I'm saying, Sterling, is that
Mac Jones wins 16 games, Purdy's still the quarterback.
You can't make that statement. If Mac Jones goes out there and throws for 3 to 4 touchdowns a game, just plays out of his mind, are you really going to tell Mac Jones, hey, so Brock's feeling 100%, got to make the move, buddy? Or do you ride the hot hand where the team is supporting this guy? Like, hey, this guy's killing it. We love him. We love Mac Jones.
When is the last time a quarterback has gotten paid big money in the same year he lost his job forever? It's never happened. It's not going to happen. Like, this is not Carson Wentz and Nick Foles in Philadelphia in 2018. It's not that. Like,
maybe Phillip Rivers was the younger quarterback taking over for Drew Brees, so it was the opposite.
And they got rid of Drew Brees the same offseason they brought in Rivers.
And he also tore his shoulder to shreds too.
Right.
I guess I'm just going based on hot hand. I'm not going based on anything else.
What has Mac Jones showed you through 3 games?
Strawberry, that's not nice. You can't just say put him on season-ending IR, cut your losses. No,
that's not where I'm going. That's not where I'm going with that. Okay. I was going based on the meritocracy rule.
Right, but let's make this conversation what it actually is. What has Mac Jones done in 3 games Brock Purdy hasn't done, and you believe he won't do in the future?
He has a more accurate deep ball. He has a stronger arm. There was a throw last night that he threw a dart to Christian McCaffrey along the sideline on the left side, and Christian McCaffrey ran for an additional 8 yards. But the pass that he threw, I kept thinking, I don't know if Brock can make that pass. We saw him in week 1 against Seattle. He threw a pass to the corner. Hold on. He threw a pass to the corner of the end zone to Ricky Pearsall. Reek Woolen was able to recover and bat it down. Sterling, you even said a tweet. You said, "Dude, Brock's got to put a little bit more on that if he wants to get a touchdown."
He does.
And look, I love Brock Purdy, but there's some of these throws I'm seeing from Mac Jones where I'm like, I don't know if Purdy has the arm strength to do these kind of throws and be as accurate. So it makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder.
Do you know what Mac Jones' air yards were last night per play? 4. You watched Jimmy Garoppolo last night win the football game for the San Francisco 49ers, and now we're saying, Brock Purdy's job's in trouble.
I should get my Jimmy Garoppolo jersey on right now.
Are we kidding? And look, you can win games like that. No one's saying you can't win games like last night, playing really conservative, not pushing the ball downfield, and taking what I don't know why the Rams kept giving this Niners offense. Playing soft zone coverage the entire game. If you press cover one of those guys, you probably win the game.
Well, and one of my concerns with Brock Purdy, go ahead.
One of the things might be that, I mean, playing with a very pedestrian crew of receivers, he looked very impressive
Who?
with those
Yeah.
pedestrians.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
Brock
Sure he did.
didn't in the times that I've seen him. It looked like he struggled more
Well-
with the same pedestrian group of receivers.
Well,
I don't
look,
know if it's the
But
backup
it's
quarterback.
It's different game plans. That ball was out in 2 seconds the entire game.
Yeah.
Brock's- look,
it
Brock's
was
holding on to
getting the ball
football
out.
Brock's holding on to the ball way too long. Way too long. Ball is not out on time. He's trying to push the ball downfield. There's inaccuracies. He's forcing things. All that can be true. I think Brock Purdy should play a little bit more like Mac Jones did last night.
Agreed.
Take what the defense gives you. You
I
do
was
that, you can take
at a lot.
4-yard
Yeah.
check down and do it 3 times, boom, a first down. However, we have this whole fan base, and not you guys, has bitched and moaned about we don't have a playmaker at quarterback, and you get one. He's not played great through 2 games, but the guy darn near won the MVP 2 years ago.
He almost won the
Now-
Super Bowl.
And now you
True.
watch the backup quarterback walk in and be like, oh, now if Purdy's turf toe becomes a long-term problem, we can have a whole different conversation about health and maybe having some injury settlement and all that stuff. But if Brock is back by week 10, by week 8, he's the quarterback.
Well, let me ask you this: in Brock's, let me just share this with you. In Brock's last 17 starts, he has 16 interceptions.
Not great.
Is that a case of he's been lacking talent around him? Like, how do you account for that? How do you hold him accountable
Somebody
with
in the
those
comments
numbers?
made a comment earlier, and he said that the 49ers quarterbacks, or at least quarterbacks recently, have like a best buy date where they're really good early on with Kyle Shanahan, and a lot of them look pretty good, including Jimmy Garoppolo, Purdy too, and even Mac to some extent. I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like, I mean, that's the part that gives me reservation when I make the statement that, yeah, if Brock is, or if Mac has got the hot hand to ride with him. I'm not saying to get rid of Brock Purdy as the quarterback. I'm just going based on if he's winning a ton of games for us and he's healthy, and Brock, I guess, I don't know, man.
Okay.
It's all about winning games, really.
But
for
usually
me.
when this happens, it's the older quarterback making way for the younger quarterback. Look at Tom
Right.
Brady and Drew Bledsoe.
I know
Tom
these
Brady
guys.
was the second-year quarterback.
Dre's question was, even if Brock Purdy comes back healthy, hold on. You're winning games. That's great. You're going to tell the guy you just paid $53 million per year on average, the team that, and really the entire fan base, you just said, hey, he's the guy because he's been out, which, yeah, he's been hurt. It's not been great. There's been some problems, a bunch of high throws, turnovers. Got to fix that for sure. But because he's not played great through 2 games of a 17-game season, which every quarterback is not going to play great in at least 2 games in a 17-game season, that, hey, we're not going to play you because
Okay.
Mac Jones has the hot hand, and there's a clear, hard glass ceiling to an offense led by Mac Jones. You
Agreed.
saw it 4 years ago with the guy we wanted out of town.
If we had a good running game, totally different story.
Let me ask you this
But that
then.
goes to
But
see Brock
we're
Purdy as well.
seeing Mac Jones suffering injuries and getting leveled because this type of offense where he cannot run the football, he's just getting punished right now. Go ahead.
How about this? What if he comes back and Max played amazing, won a bunch of games, and he's healthy now? Brock comes back into the lineup, still making the same mistakes, still turning the ball over, still just playing. I don't know what it's been with him because last year he was pretty healthy. If he's still kind of like being more erratic, less sure of himself, feeling like he has to make a lot of big plays with his legs. Because I know last year, one of the things that a lot of people noticed about Brock, and we did too, was like, I felt like he tried to extend plays way too much sometimes, and it got him into trouble. What if he comes back? Maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe it's just he's like, God, this guy's been playing well, and here I come. I got to come back into the lineup. He feels that pressure. What if that's the situation? What if he comes back and healthy and he's still kind of, I don't know, scuffling a bit and struggling a little bit? I guess that's the point I'm making. Like, because then you can't go back, can you? once he's back in the lineup, even if he's scuffling a little bit, maybe just based on mentality wise, maybe he's just, like he has so much pressure on him now because Max played so well. Now when he comes back in the lineup, he struggles a little bit. Like, what do the Niners do in that place? I hope that's not the case. I hope he comes back and looks like 2023 Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
If Brock Purdy is bad, this entire regime is gone.
You think so?
Yes, you don't get 3 chances to pay and find a franchise quarterback and still keep your job. They should have been fired. Trey Lance was a bust. He should have got fired then. But Brock came in and they found some money with him, and he's played great since then, albeit besides last year and 2 games this year. Like, if Brock Purdy comes back after the injury, and let's say it's bad, to a point where we're really calling, hey, you gotta get benched. Gotta get benched. That is the end of the regime.
What about fish and chips? He said when Brady replaced Bledsoe, he had just signed the richest contract for your QB, and Bill stayed with Brady anyways. I'm not saying that's the case, homie. I'm not trying to say that. That is not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
all I'm going is...
But Mac Jones and Brock, are they a similar age? Are they not?
I think
gotta
Mac
be pretty
is
cle's.
Probably 26, 27.
Yeah, they gotta be close.
Sterling's gonna hate my guts now because I made this ridiculous statement. I'm just going based
Cover
on...
3 is over.
It's over. Shut it down. We'll do it live.
Understanding.
Okay. Here's a post. I'm not gonna say who posted it because here's a post.
Blur it out.
Brock Purdy has 38 career regular season starts. The last 19 regular season games, half of his career sample size, 26 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. Now, we praise Brock Purdy, especially in 2023, because
is that passing touchdowns or combined?
It doesn't say.
Better not be Lombardi.
It's not.
He's actually very pro Niners, guys, so...
a little too much.
A little too much, yeah.
Yeah, a little too much. You're like, okay, I get it, dude. Joseph Erberg says, that's pretty bad. So
it's not great. It's not great at all.
We praise Brock Purdy in 2023 because what do we always say? Dude, we got the win. Guess what? No turnovers.
No turnovers.
No turnovers.
We always
took
had
care
those
of the ball.
Jimmy Garoppolo interceptions. We were just like, yeah.
Strawberry, I'm not saying to cut him. She's like, just cut him, Dre. No, I'm not saying that. I'm presenting the numbers to give you an idea of. I like Rob D. Bang. He just comes trucking in.
The mic clip was so great there. Bang.
But still, it's like 26 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. Brock Purdy has to find a way to lower the number of turnovers through the air. And I think 100%. Last year we saw that number, I don't want to say skyrocket, but it went way up compared to the year before.
Well, there's clear indications he was pressing. Like, this team doesn't have anybody. I'm the quarterback. I have to make a play here. Boom, interception. And I think that has carried over into this year as well. That last drive against Jacksonville, or really even that entire fourth quarter, he didn't have Ricky Pearsall. There's clear limitations, and when you take away any team's running game, and you have any quarterback drop back 40 times a game, that's unsustainable. Now, Mac won last night and dropped back 49 times against a defense that was playing soft zone coverage and was taking everything underneath. I think Purdy should learn from that. If the defense will give you 4 free yards on a first down, take it every time. That's okay. Take it every time. Purdy's not doing that, though, and that's a problem. So the problem isn't really it's not really Purdy himself and the limitations he may have, or a ceiling, or whatever. It's the fact is that he is looking at the field saying, I know I can make that throw. I'm going to attempt that throw, even though there's 2 guys around him. Instead, go to your check down, find CMC, a free 4 yards. Mac Jones lived 4 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You can win games like that. Now, you're not going to win a Super Bowl like that.
No.
I mean, his average throw, he was averaging 6.98 a throw.
But that's yards per attempt, not the actual air yards, not including yak afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that again, we saw last night, a Jimmy Garoppolo-led offense, really. And now we're all like, quarterback controversy because they won a game. And we saw him win 13 games a couple of years ago just like this, and then losing the Super Bowl because the guy couldn't move the freaking football? Like you are asking this fan base to willfully jump into a reversion of the offense. Why would we do that? Now look, Mac won you the game. I hope he continues to win games. He looked great. It was gritty. It was awesome. This team took on the collective spirit he was playing with, fighting through injuries. It's the same thing they did with Jimmy Garoppolo and a young Brock Purdy. But I guarantee you, everybody in that locker room, despite Mac winning 3 games this year, would still say, hey, who gives you the best chance to win? Brock Purdy does. You want to know why? Because you walked off the field with the lead in the Super Bowl, almost won the MVP, and they know he beat out a first-round talent once already, and a guy you paid at the time he got paid the highest contract in football. Like, don't ask me to go back to a reversion of the offense that does not work in the playoffs. Don't do it. There is no chance if you go to the playoffs this year and Mac Jones throws 1 pick, Shanahan's like, oh crap, hey, Raheem Mostert, run it 35 times against Green Bay, and let's see what happens.
Wasn't that crazy when he did that? And then they ran it like they were running through butter. Like the Packers were just like,
Terrible. You're terrible.
They ran through the Packers. My brother Daniel's in the chat. This is his line. They ran through the Packers like diarrhea. It was just like right through him. He was like, oh. That was crazy. But and then the Super Bowl, they barely gave him the ball. But no, I agree. I think Brock Purdy gives you the intangibles that Mac Jones doesn't have, on top of the mobility. Now we need Brock Purdy to be at 100%, and I think that when you look at Game 1 against Seattle, on that first drive when they went 90 yards or whatnot to score a touchdown, he looked sharp, he looked accurate, he looked extremely good, and he made it look easy against that really good Seattle defense. So I think if healthy, Brock can be a huge difference maker.
Yeah.
Both are different quarterbacks. So, but for me,
I'm just looking to it as in a bubble. I'm looking at it in a 1-year bubble. If it got us to a Super Bowl, I guess I'm not looking at this in the long term. I'm not analyzing this long term. If maybe I had to make that point, I should have made that point. I'm just going based on bubble, like living in a bubble.
Well,
somebody's playing hot, and you're winning. And then the starter's healthy. It's like, man, like.
But it's not running back. It's not wide receiver. It's not tight end. It's not like you can have a rotation of guys back there.
Right.
The minute you commit to somebody, either someone, in this case, it'd be Brock Purdy if you go with Mac Jones, like he's sitting back like, well, what the hell did I just do the last couple of years?
Right.
This contract means nothing to you guys.
I understand.
Like, okay, I'll take my guaranteed money and I'll be a bench quarterback. Like
yeah.
What?
I mean, look,
No.
I want Brock Purdy to be our starter. I want Brock Purdy to succeed.
So do I.
And in fact, when Brock Purdy does come back, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat saying, please have a good game. I don't want him to come back and throw 2 interceptions and they lose the game, because then that's going to open the door for all kinds of bullshit to come spewing out of the 49ers fan base.
You know as well as I do, and I hate to sound like I'm trying to be a poor man's version of a certain clique we all know, like where I'm trying to make a hot take.
There we go.
All I was doing in my mind was say, in a bubble, somebody's winning you a bunch of games, and he's got a hot hand. Say they decide to sit down Brock for 4 games, and say, come back healthy. See you in November.
Right. No,
We win all 4 games,
and I hope he does. I really do.
We win all 4 games, and our backup plays really well. It's not that it's not a difficult decision. It's just as a fan, I'm looking at it as, man, I really love Brock. I freaking defended the shit out of him like all the time. I would be like, if he started playing poorly, being like, man, that sucks, because here it comes. It's coming. Whether we want to talk about it or not, whether we think it's right or not, I know I'm just being ridiculous here because I'm a negative guy by just my personality, but it's just, I don't know. That's just the way I'm thinking. I'm like,
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If Jake Browning played great in Joe Burrow's absence, you think if they go to the playoffs?
No.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
But that's Joe Burrow. He's the top.
This is Brock Purdy. They've been to the exact same game. They both
I know, but
lost
Joe
Super
Burrow
Bowls.
has a pedigree. I mean,
Being
he's
hurt
incredible.
every single year and playing
Yeah,
poorly.
that's true. That's true.
It's not like Joe Burrow has earned more credibility than Brock Purdy has. They've done
but-
the exact same thing with less.
But
it's like,
the
what are we
overall
doing?
skill set, physical skills, I think, again, we come back to the same argument. Do the quarterbacks that have the better physical skills, the big arm, the can throw the deep ball, can do all these things, does that give more?
That's what you're saying. Mac Jones throws a better deep ball than Brock Purdy, and you're like,
does.
I don't know. I don't know if Brock can make these throws.
I don't know if he can.
We've seen him make these throws.
I mean, he threw a really good deep ball to Pearsall against Seattle. I love seeing that.
You don't think Brock can't make an 18-yard layered throw over the middle to Kendrick Bourne? Of course he can. What did Mac Jones do last night that Brock Purdy hasn't done? Nothing. We've seen Brock Purdy do more than that for an entire season.
Yeah.
Now, yes, that was a great season by San Francisco. A lot went right for them that year. But even last year in small glimpses, we saw Brock be like, oh my God, what a play.
Oh, absolutely! In the Super Bowl, he got pressured on his right side on that final drive, and as they were coming to like sack him, he just floats the ball to McCaffrey. McCaffrey catches the ball and has a huge gain that gets him into the red zone. And I thought after that play, I was like, dude, this guy's incredible, absolutely incredible.
Okay.
I thought he played great in the Super Bowl.
We've talked plenty about Mac Jones' arm tonight or today and how good it looks and why that's a difference maker. Last night, to give everyone the actual stats to prove Mac Jones didn't do dog shit down the football field. And they still won. It's awesome. Mac Jones last night, 33 completions on 49 attempts for 342 yards, 2 touchdowns. 28 of his 33 completions were under 10 air yards.
Yeah.
Nothing was downfield. Nothing was towards the sideline. Nothing was what you want your quarterback to do if you want an elite level guy. That is exactly what the offense looked like under previous Shanahan quarterbacks. So to sit back here and say, and it's not just you, Dre, other guys in the comments too are like, Purdy can't do what Jones did. What did Jones do last night with his arm? The ball got out in 2.5 seconds. Guess what? All Purdy has to do is take checkdowns, and it's not that hard.
I think the only thing he's really done better since he went when playing this year is he's been more careful with the football. I think Brock's been a lot more
that is the
careless.
biggest difference.
Yes, Brock needs to be more careful with the football and take care of the football. And I think that one of the things that Brock is going through is that who cares about the preseason? I think one thing that Brock may be kind of facing is that he's so he wants I don't know what it is. Like that throw at McCaffrey. He had 2 guys wide open in front of him. He went for the harder throw to McCaffrey because that's his competitive spirit within him. That he's like, no, I want to go for. I want that throw. I want the big gain. I want I want that one. When he had open targets, Mac Jones probably would have went for the check down because the guy was wide open. So they're different quarterbacks altogether. And I think sometimes
to start the World War III freaking argument here.
This is not even an argument. I'm actually having fun with this. But I think that Brock has put the ball in harm's way a little more than he used to because he's kind of leaning more into that competitive gunslinger mentality because he wants to win. He wants to be aggressive. And I think that's why he's been a little more aggressive and unfortunately it's led to more turnovers for Brock. But like I said, I'm a huge Brock Purdy fan. And, I want him to succeed. Don't get me wrong. I want him to succeed. Unlike some other content creators out there, I want him to succeed.
Yeah,
but
I'm not praying for his downfall. All I was saying was in a bubble,
right.
If you're winning a bunch of games, it's not like he's taking his job forever. I was just going based on winning a bunch of games. You have a hot hand. Do you continue to ride it?
Okay, so let me ask you guys this.
That's it.
Does the entire conversation change if they lose last night? I guarantee it does.
Probably. If the Niners beat the Jags, entirely different conversation.
Exactly. So we should not not us, but the fan base is going week by week with their franchise quarterback.
Pretty much.
What the hell are we doing?
But it's been like that even when I've been like rah all the way. We see it all the time on social media. I see it. Where people will be like, hey, Brock, Dude, I saw a comment about Trey Lance. Like last,
spit it out.
during like last year. No, it wasn't. It wasn't them. It was a normal fan, just a person.
It's a person.
And just some random.
They're not people.
Just some random chode trying to be funny, pretty much saying like, I don't know, Brock missed some throws in a game last year, and he was saying like if Trey Lance would have been the quarterback, those throws get made, and I'm just like, oh God, you know. And of course, I got into a war with him on social media, you know, defending Brock. I still think Brock gives us the best chance to win a championship. All I was saying, I should have prefaced it with saying that it was all to do with riding a hot hand, the whole meritocracy thing that Larry Krueger bangs over your head about. Doesn't matter where you drafted, it doesn't matter what you make. You know, if somebody gives you a better chance to win in whatever that may be, whether a stretch during the season, a playoff game, Super Bowl, you got to go with that person and then deal with the consequences after. That's all I was trying to say.
No, and I get that.
This conversation, because I feel like I want to kind of start to wrap things up.
You derailed the entire show, Aaron. It's all your fault.
It's okay.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more of this content, then check out some of these recommended videos right here on your screen. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so by going to my website, which is nicotina.net, and there are memberships available under Dre Area Sports.